Okay. Hey everybody, it's Joshua Reviews. And guess what? We're still on a roll. We're still on track with those haunted house, scare attraction type movies. And today is no exception. We have one that I didn't even know was coming out. It just was coming out. So, Haunt season. So, I guess the movie Haunt was already taken. I guess that title was already taken, but, not much you can really do. So, nevertheless, let's get straight into it. So, this movie literally just came out 3 days ago. It was playing at some theater in LA, but I was not gonna go there. So, this movie is essentially just this girl who is trying to get into acting, and she is a replacement. She feels this replacement for this girl who went missing at a haunt attraction, and people start dying, and people aren't aware of it, and she's working the haunt, and she kind of makes some friends along the way. That's the movie. That's the whole movie. It's just kind of slice of life with some scare actors, and to see, how this all unfolds at the very end. And you know what? I don't know how this movie is going to fare well with people. I don't know if people like this or not. I mean, I haven't really seen many people talk about it. It is brand new, so maybe give it some time. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I had a really good time with it. Yeah. Is it great? No. I love saying that. I don't know why I love saying that. It's just funny. To me. I don't care if it's funny to you guys. It's funny to me. But, so, what I really liked about this film, and I'll get into, some stuff later, but what I really liked about this movie was just kind of how natural a lot of the dialogue felt. It felt like a lot of the actors were probably, honestly, I think a lot of the actors were given room to, improv most of their dialogue. A lot of the dialogue does feel improvised, but in a good way. That can be a bad thing or a good thing. And I think it was a good thing here. A lot of the acting really feels natural, really feels natural. There's no other way to put it. I mean, there are, but yeah, and thank the Lords. A movie with decent characters. A movie with characters I can actually care for. Because when characters do die in this movie, I was like, oh shit. That person's dead. I didn't want that person to die. Oh shit. Now, I'm terrible with names. So I don't remember any of the names of the characters other than the villain. But, because this is a slasher. And here's the thing. This movie is not original in plot. This movie is, this movie's been done before. Hellfest, Haunt, Hallows' Eve, which I'm going to review next, House of Fears, The Funhouse, Dark Ride. Many movies like this have been made before. But what I liked about this one was this movie feels almost like a slice of life with the haunt actors. Oh, and there's a slasher, killer mixed in. Yeah, he's killing people. I will say this. This movie will probably be really boring for some people. But this movie did something I really like and I want to see more movies do. Yes, there's a lot of dialogue and there is not a lot of action or scenes that are intense. Most of the movie is a slice of life with haunt scare actors. But it all feels natural and the characters really work well off each other that I bought it. And if you have characters that could be talking about the most mundane thing, I mean, there's literally a scene where the main girl goes people to people at a house party, talking to them, asking, what type of person are you? What career do you do? And that type of thing. And one of the girls talks about her OnlyFans and how she makes money. But the way the dialogue is written and the way it's played off, I don't know why, man. It felt natural. And I really was like, why am I invested in a conversation about OnlyFans? Shut up, clock. This is dumb, but I buy it, and I'm somehow interested. That sounds funny, but it's true. It's true, though. They could be talking about the most mundane things, and I'm somehow suckered in and invested. I don't know why. I just was. Now, again, this probably won't work for a lot of people, since most people are probably like, where's the gore? Where's the kills? Where's the killer? Give me some actual, story. And the story is pretty basic. It's just a haunt opens up, people start dying, they get marked with this blood symbol or whatever, and then this guy just kills people. But the one thing I really did like was that it kind of builds tension. Like a character gets like marked with blood, like the killer has like blood on his thumb and marks like, you know, the forehead or whatever. And the guy's like, huh, well, why'd you do that? And the guy just walks off. So you're like, oh, he's next. So it kind of adds tension. But then the film cleverly we get to see this character and like who this person is, what's his life. These aren't just people to just get killed and just, you know, they actually are real people. And I kind of like that. It was refreshing, and it kind of builds tension for later when you know they're going to die. So when people do start dying, you're like, oh shit, I don't want that person to die. That's how I felt. But I mean, some of the dialogue may be annoying to some people. Again, there's a scene where they're talking about their OnlyFans, and I have certain opinions on that. But I mean, the characters were likable. I was just like, okay, this is just a conversation around it, but people might find that annoying. I don't know. Another thing, something I will mention, when the killer is revealed, which I won't spoil it, but it's a slasher, so you kind of expect it. But when the killer is revealed, I was like, oh, okay, that kind of caught me by surprise. And, you know, it's surprisingly, the reveal is like midway through the film, or at least like the last, I want to say like in between the end towards the middle. And when that does happen, you're kind of like, okay, where's this going to go? And towards the end, they kind of build up to something like, okay, where's this going to go? Is this going to like lead into something? It just kind of ends. I mean, it doesn't like end abruptly, but you're just kind of like, okay, there's no real payoff. It's just kind of like, okay, it's just, guy's crazy. I kept expecting like, you know, so don't expect like, you know, them to really do anything with it. That's just kind of what I'm saying. It was just kind of a issue I had with it. It wasn't like a big issue, but it was just something I wanted to mention because I was kind of, okay, anything. If you are a gore hound, some of the kills are pretty impressive, but nothing really too noteworthy. Like there's a scene where a person gets like pushed into like some sort of, I don't know what it is. It's like a grinder, but it's like at a golf club thing, or there's like a golf, like mini golf course or whatever. I don't know what it's used for, but it's done off screen, but it's done in a way that's like, it leaves room for, you know, your mind to kind of go, oh, that's what happens. Okay, that's pretty graphic, but nothing's like on screen. You know what I'm talking about? So, and with this movie being really short, there are some scenes where the characters do kind of just talk on a little too long, but because the characters work so well for me, I was kind of just like, okay, you know, I don't really care. You know, if they're talking about nothing, I can just kind of, you know, I can get behind it. It's whatever. It's not perfect, but this movie is really fast paced. Like the movie really does kind of like, movie just kind of, yeah. I don't know, I was trying to think of something to say, but it's like the movie just really like goes really fast. It just kind of, you watch it and you're like, okay, it was a fun time. I had a fun time with that. Would I watch it again? Maybe. I think it'd be probably be a little better if you watch it with a buddy or something. But, you know, for Halloween, this gave me what I was expecting. It was a slasher and a haunt, and, you know, had some good characters, had some good moments, had some decently enough kills, and it was entertaining. So I'd recommend it. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess I'll give it a B. I had fun with it. So, anyways, let's continue on with a trope, or let's continue on with some haunted house Halloween movies. What are you doing?